Hi everyone, welcome to CD Cave. I'm Jack Barrio. I've been listening to a lot of progressive rock over the past little while, and this weekend was no exception. And as I was spinning some of the CDs, I was saying, wow, this is a great CD. It's like 10 out of 10, a perfect CD. But they also have another CD that's just as good, if not better. So that got me thinking. So for today's episode, I decided to pull 20 CDs out of my CD collection from 10 different prog bands that, in my opinion, feel they have two perfect albums, um, or pretty close, anyways. So before we get into that and get started, if you're new to my channel, don't forget to hit subscribe, leave a comment, or hit like. I would really appreciate it. And if you have your own list or your own bands that you think have two albums that are perfect, leave a list down below. I'd like to check it out. So to get started, my first choice was Yes. Of course, Close to the Edge and Relayer. To try and figure out really which is better than the other. I tend to like Relayer just a little bit more. But yeah, The Gates of Delirium, and I love the song Sound Chaser. And but Close to the Edge too, the title track. And of course, You and I. Yeah, so Close to the Edge and Relayer, I find are both 10 out of 10 CDs, two perfect CDs from Yes. Next, I pick Genesis, Foxtrot, and Selling England by the Pound. Both I find perfect CDs also. My preference, I think, is Foxtrot by just a little bit because of the song Supper's Ready. But I do listen to Selling England by the Pound quite often too. Dancing in the Moonlight Night. The Battle of Epping Forest is great. The Cinema Show is great. Yeah, both Foxtrot and Selling England by the Pound. Two 10 out of 10 albums for me. Next, I went with Kansas, Point of No Return, and Monolith. Here again, two perfect albums. I listen to both quite frequently. Probably Left Overture a little bit more. But yeah, Cheyenne Anthem is a great song, and especially Magnum Opus, which is probably why I give the edge a little bit Left Overture. But Kansas to the Point of No Return is Lightning Hand is a great song. Dust in the Wind, of course. Here again, I find 10 out of 10 both great, perfect albums. Next, I went with a great German band, Eloy. Again, two great albums, Silent Cries and Mighty Echoes, and Colors. Listen to these quite frequently also. Probably listen to Colors a little bit more. But yeah, I love the song Illumination on this. And Gallery is a great song. Yeah, Astral Entrance is great. Master of Sensation is also great. Pilot to Paradise. Yeah, here again too, Eloy with two perfect albums. Next, I went with Dream Theater. Here again, I find these are two perfect albums. Scenes from a Memory and Images and Words. And Words, I think I do listen to Images and Words a little bit more, but it's hard to pick. They're both 10 out of 10. Pull Me Under is a great song, Another Day, Take the Time. And of course, the Great Metropolis is a great prog song. And yeah, Scenes from a Memory too is great. All the two different acts. Yeah, Regression and then the Overture. Here too, 10 out of 10. Both great albums there again. Next, I went with Alan Parsons Project, The Turn of a Friendly Card, and I, Robot. Turn of a Friendly Card's ahead by a little bit for me. I listen to it a little bit more often. But then again, both albums 10 out of 10. Maybe the Price, The Pay is a great song. Games People Play. Time is a great song. I Don't Want to Go Home. Of course, Turn of a Friendly Card. On this one here, I, Robot, I Wouldn't Want to Be Like You, Some Other Time. Breakdown's a great song. Don't Let It Show. Day After Day. Yeah, here too, Alan Parsons Project. Two perfect albums. Next, I went with Supertramp, Crime of the Century, Breakfast in America. Breakfast in America, a little bit more commercial. At this point, they were going a bit more commercial. For me, Crime of the Century, I listen to more often, but still both perfect albums. Bloody Well Right, School, Dreamer, Rudy, Crime of the Century, classic song. And here, Gone Hollywood, the logical song, Goodbye Stranger, Take the Long Way Home. Child of Vision is a great song. Here too, Supertramp. Two perfect albums. Next, Rush, Moving Pictures and Hemisphere. I do listen to Hemisphere a little bit more. I find it a bit more of a prog album than the Moving Pictures. But both great albums. I love the song Circumstances on this, and La Villa Stanziato. Great stuff. This album here, a bit more commercial, but still a great album. 10 out of 10 here too. Tom Sawyer, Red Barchetta, YYZ, the instrumental, a great. Limelight, Vital Signs, The Camera Eyes, a great song. Here too, Rush with two perfect albums. Next, I went with Marillion, Clutching at Straws and Misplaced Childhood. Two albums with Fish on lead vocals. I do listen to Misplaced Childhood a little bit more, but Clutch at Straws too. Well, was the last album that Fish would do with Marillion, but yeah, Hotel Hobbies, Warm Wet Circles, That Time of the Night, Going Under is great. Just for the record, White Russian, this is great. And as well as this album, Kaylee, Lavender, Bittersweet, Harlothonian, Lords of the Backstage, Childhood Zen. 10 out of 10, both of these albums. And for my final choice of two perfect albums from the same artist, I went with Mike Oldfield, Omadon, and Tubular Bells. Here too, probably listen to Tubular Bells a bit more often, but both 10 out of 10 albums, both great albums. Both feature 2 songs each. And great albums, both of these. Perfect albums. So that's it for this video. And if you want to leave me your thoughts down below on which 2 albums from one artist you find are perfect prog albums, I would really like to read them. And until next time, take care of yourselves.